As a data analyst or data scientist, how many times have you seen other coworkers' code where it's been sloppy, confusing, or misleading? How about those dashboards that seem to make no sense at all? What about all that documentation that you wish you had that nobody else bothered to write? If you've worked in the data field for more than a minute, this has probably happened to you more times than you can count. When I've surveyed my teams on how much time gets wasted trying to hunt down problems related to lack of documentation or confusing code, they estimate that they spend anywhere from 30 to 50% of their time on this task. But here's the thing, even though all of us in the industry have encountered this problem, the question is, who's really working to fix this? Ask yourself, are you doing anything to make the situation better, or are you contributing to bad habits? I know it's easy to overlook these things when you're doing your work, but if you have these complaints about other folks' code, chances are your coworkers have the same complaints about your code and products that you're building. The one thing that I want to highlight here is that when you're building things, it's not just the output that matters, but it's what you have that's underneath the covers that stakeholders never see. And it's not about you and your ability to read that code if you ever have to fix the bug. It's really about everybody else that's going to inherit and work with the same code and the same data that you're using and that you're building today. Unfortunately, the way that a lot of people are working in the analytics industry today is that they're working on something thinking that they can read it, they can use it just fine, and that nobody else is ever going to touch that code or that work that they're doing. Even if you can read your code or understand your work today, chances are in 3 to 6 months, it's going to be a little bit confusing for you. Also, there's a really good chance that you're going to change teams or change companies and somebody else is going to inherit your work. So when you're building things, it's not about you, you're building these things for everybody else. So as you're writing code or building anything else in the organization, take time to reflect on all those frustrations that you had and then think about how you can be part of the solution going forward. In the long run, you'll become more efficient at your job, you'll commit fewer bugs, and you'll make the analytics environment better for everybody else.